as we're getting started, towards the question to what God gave me. We're still dealing with, questions, answers, explanation, demonstrations, and accountability. And we're dealing with truth in these ending days. And what God has been giving me to help break the monopoly of the tradition of man that has been accepted as truth. It's his truth, but it's not God's truth. So we're going to be talking about the kingdom of heaven and the subject of this. I'm going to say a subject of how God gave me the right to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. Because there's many mysteries.
Let's go in the couple that have up on
Okay.
the frequency.
That's
you go. So right. I'm freezing.
there's many mysteries.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't try to get you done.
And God only reveals the mysteries as we qualify to receive them. And what I'm finding out in this research and my studying is that it's been purpose. A lot of what God has done has been purpose, because what we got to understand is that the wisdom that God gave Satan, if he didn't have everything revealed, have everything hidden or in a mystery, then the enemy could use the information to work against God, which he's already doing, but not to avail, not to win. He can't win. So because of that, God has placed mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, and that's why Deuteronomy 29 says that the secret things belong to the children of God and their children.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to deal with all of that. And I'm going to ask Richard and Cicely to answer this question. I have to ask my first lady to answer. And it's not a hard question, but I'm just gonna, just answer them just one by one. I don't want an explanation. I just want a yes or no. It's a yes or no answer. Is God a God of respect the person? Richard?
No.
Okay. Says no. That's
Yes.
okay. Now, your explanation.
I say no because that's what we've been taught. To be honest.
Okay.
But then it's kind of like, in a way, if you follow his command.
See, that's what I want us to think, because we've been taught things that's of the tradition of man, and without even thinking about it, we give the answer that we've been taught.
Wow.
Your explanation.
I would
So
say,
you got part of it right.
I would say right, because he created the Gentiles. Well, he created, the Gentiles or whatever. He said.
Have you started?
Yeah, it's recorded.
Okay.
Then he created his people. So he is a respecter of person because he created us.
Yeah, and I was confused about that.
Because we were his chosen people. We are his chosen people, not
Amen.
the other people.
Amen. You got an explanation you want to give with that, Bill?
I would say that being a respected person, wow, that's a good question. Traditionally, they teach you that it's
So
not.
your answer, I need to get your answer
I'm-
first.
I don't-
I need a yes or no, and then we're going to go into explanation. That's what I was saying. That started with them. A yes or no, then an explanation comes.
I do. I would have to go with this.
Okay. Now you can give the explanation.
And the only reason why I say yes, God loves all of us. Okay, I'm gonna go around the world, but I don't
No,
know.
I don't need you to go around the
Okay,
world. Just
well,
2 or 3.
I'm saying it. Well,
I'm gonna go ahead and
my explanation is detailed,
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go ahead
and I can give you a detailed
because
answer
of
for what.
time. Because
Okay.
of time, I wanna
Well, let
get
me
into
see
the
if I can
lesson.
say it fast. I'm gonna say he is a respecter of persons only because he knew that mankind would fail. And because he knew mankind would fail, he had to prepare, he had to make a way to redeem man. And in his attempt to redeem man, he did create a special people for himself.
All right, I accept that. And the answer is yes, God is a God of respect of person. What happened is we try to place God where we are, and we can't do that. Because we are what? Limited.
Right.
Okay, we make decisions and we become respect a person according to the knowledge or information that we have. And that's why God's word say, judge not, that ye may not be what?
Judged.
That's not our place. For the same measure that you measure is going to be measured back to us. And to rightfully be able to judge or make a decision about somebody, you must know the whole matter. And without knowing the whole matter, we become respect of person. Every last one of us have, I have, because I didn't have all the information. When the information I had, I made a decision about somebody, and it was unjustified because I didn't know the whole matter. Because God knows everything, and this is the key word, justifiably. He is a God of respect of person because he's just in his choice, because his choice got to go according to his word, and his word, those that is obedient to his word, he's a respect of person. If we think about Jacob, I what?
Love,
Esau,
I hate.
because he knew the end of Esau, he knew the end of Jacob.
Yes.
Even though Jacob was going to mess up. I'm talking about the lineage of Israel. But they had respect to obey him at some time. In the beginning, all through time they fell off, but God had a plan, and he called his son and sent him that in the 33 years that Jesus walked on the earth, that there would be the work that he did was to reserve a remnant that in the end time, Satan might have 95%, but God would never left himself without a witness. So the work that Jesus done was to reserve a remnant to respect God. Even though we know the world, even in the church, supposedly is loving God and serving him, but not.
So are you saying, Pastor, that God is a respecter of person?
God, justifiably, is a respecter of person. He respects them that respect him. In obedience, he respects them. It don't have nothing to do about love. He loves them. It's just like you got good child and bad child, and child always don't get good child give you no problem. You love them both, but you have respect that they follow what you say and the other one don't.
I've just heard Sandra say, God has a respect of person, but Jesus don't.
In the
You
New
can't divide
Testament, he said to have respect of persons.
No. Jesus
Yeah,
made himself of no respect of person. Jesus didn't have Jesus and God, you can't divide them. So,
That's what I said.
yeah. So,
So Jesus and God are separate in that.
Scripture
No,
that says
they are
to
the
have
same.
respect of person is sin.
Jesus made himself of no respect of person according to the Godhead. Because God, the Father sent him, then Jesus was not to fulfill his will, but the will of the Father.
But if you hear what she said Jesus, God may have had respect of person, but Jesus didn't.
Okay, y'all making it to
Okay,
difference.
Let me.
No, I'm
I'm gonna say it like this. I'm saying is God a God of respect of person to us.
Yes.
What you are saying is to God by Jesus. I'm saying, see, one is to God, to us, and what y'all was saying, Jesus didn't have respect unto the Father. That's different. That's not to the people.
It was to the people. That's
No.
what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
I'm saying that.
Did you hear the question at first?
No, give me the exact question.
Okay, the question, that's why I'm saying all this. The question is God a God of respect of person?
I'm going to say God is.
Okay.
And the reason is because of his covenant with Israel.
Right. Okay,
that
now what you
plainly
saying
says
about,
that.
now what are you saying about
In
Jesus?
the New Testament, Jesus is speaking, and somewhere in there, I'm trying to find it, it said to have respect of person is sin.
Well, it's the same thing. If Jesus have a respect of person, it's because his Father is a respect of person. So it's the same answer. You know what I'm saying? God is a God of respect of person, and Jesus also is a God of respect of person. You can't
It
separate
says-
them.
Okay, this scripture says, for there is no respect of persons with God.
Read what you're saying.
I'm reading it.
Okay, Romans 2.
Oh, no.
Romans 2:11 says, there's one little line, for there is no respect of persons with God. Okay, let me change.
Okay, you got
Let
to
me change, let me
go in the
shift.
concept.
Let me shift.
Okay.
God is holy and he's just. And God is omnipotent and has the right.
That's why the word. That's why I use the word
He has the
justify.
right to justifiably favor one person to the next.
Right.
Without at the same time loving the more than the next.
Yes, exactly. That's what the whole
His
answer.
favor is on Israel.
Yeah, and that's what the whole question is, and that's the reason why I said that, because that has a whole lot to do with the lesson that we're going in tonight, and we're gonna go into our lesson. The subject is to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. And as I said earlier, there are many mysteries, and God had to place the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven in the Word of God, because He only reveals them to those that belong to Him.
Yes.
So, saying all of that, is it fair? Is it fair to say, according to Saint John? St. John 6:44. Let's go there before we get started. And it gets kind of deep, so we understand. But it's 6:44 says, no man can come to me except the Father which has sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. So, is it fair for me to say that God has respect of person simply because he know what took place in the first earth age, which was part of eternity, when there was war in heaven, and the devil and his angels, he deceived a third of the heavenly angels, and he fought against God and his angels, and a lot of God angels died in that battle because Revelation 12 said they loved not their lives unto the death. So, saying all of that, which we are saying that God is all omnipotent, meaning that he knows everything, right? Mm-hmm. Come on, y'all, talk to me. Mm-hmm. God knowing everything said, I'm not going to deal with you, Satan, in eternity, but I'm going to create time.
That's what he did. That's why he...
So this earth age started with in the beginning. Beginning is articulate for time. Time has a beginning, time has a what?
Ending.
So we're in time, and God is yet dealing with what Satan done in eternity, which was the first earth age. This is the second, and he's dealing with Satan by using me and you that submit themselves unto God. He did not want the angels to serve him like robots because he said to, but he wanted them to serve him because he loved them. So God was exposing Satan, knowing that he was going to still be Satan in this second earth age, and by the angels that's watching our life, observing that God is fair because of what Satan is doing. So, by God knowing everything, he has chosen an elect from that first earth age of that war, because they what? Proved themselves. We know in the Bible it says that things are getting so bad that if it was possible, the very elect would be what? Deceived. So it is not possible, what I'm saying is, it is not possible for the elect that fought in the first earth age in eternity to be lost in time. It's not possible because they already proved themselves.
They're the elect.
They are the elect, and God has sprinkled the elect all through time. I believe Moses was an elect. I believe Abraham was an elect. I believe different ones that carried positions that was crucial was elect. So God, knowing everything, have sprinkled the elect through time to represent him. And some people, it was never for them to be saved because they fought against him in the what? In the first earth age. Because they represent Satan, and the ones that fought against God, the Satan in the first earth, they represent God. So this scripture, look at it with the eyesight of this scripture that we're talking about, and it says, no man can come to me except the Father which what? Has sent me, this is Jesus talking, draw him. So there's some people that God will never draw. There's some people that no matter how you give them the word, that they would choose to follow God.
No man would.
Wow.
Except,
Well, that is, and it's because God alone
He know everything.
the intent.
And he's not going to deal with somebody that is not going to receive him. So some people he's not going to deal with. He's not going to draw them. And they can't really come to God, Jesus, and be an example of Jesus. So they can't come. Jesus saying they can't come unto me, meaning be an example like I am, except my Father that sent me to do this work. Draw them. So there's many people, no matter how much word they get,
They won't choose it back.
they won't choose it. This is what I'm trying to get us to say.
Even like
So-
some pastors too.
Wow, that's
People in general, pastors, bishops, whoever it is, only God knows, because he knows what? Everything.
no different.
So he has respect of what? Persons justifiably.
Just
Because he knows the end. Pharaoh, he knew that Pharaoh would not what?
he knew he was.
He would not turn. So he purposely hardened his heart that he might get vengeance.
He did. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're talking about, because he knows everything. We got two hands belted in seven.
Okay, I was listening to what you guys were saying, but I also was trying to research what was brought, the short coins, Romans 2 and 11,
Mm-hmm.
and it specifically, it says, for there is no respecter of person with God. And I like what you said about the fact that to judge and not to have know everything about it does a disservice for us to judge, because we don't know the whole matter. But God
No.
does know the whole matter. But with this scripture saying what it said,
Mm-hmm.
one would have to continue to read.
That's what I was saying. You can't just read one verse because
And
it's
you
out of
can't,
context.
because he said Romans 2 and 11, but if you start at 2 and 10,
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mhm.
and I read all the way down, it's kind of, I read the whole rest of Romans 2 all the way to the 29th verse, and it's necessary because it kind of say what you said when you talked to us about St. John, was it 6 and 44?
644, yes.
Because we know that people will pull this scripture and say God don't have respect to persons.
Yeah.
But what he's saying is exactly what you said in St. John. Because he knows everything.
Mhm.
He's a righteous judge.
He's omnipotent.
He's not just somebody
He's
that
all-knowing.
know one person. He knows the beginning and the end. So when he look at you and me, he already know that I'm willing to conform. But he talking right there to the Jews because he gave the Jews the law.
Yes.
He gave the Jews the law to keep, but he also went through the dynamics. This is for those that would go and get the scripture and try to make what you're saying not the truth.
Mhm.
It's for them because he went on to tell you that the law was first to the Jews, and there are people that are not Jews, Gentiles. He made reference to them that they're Gentiles that don't have the law, but their heart, they haven't been circumcised according to the law, but they love me for real.
Mhm.
So having an inward and an outward, God judges that.
Mhm.
Outwardly,
And
you
that-
look like a Jew that know the law, but you, the scribes and the Pharisees, they had the law, they did the circumcision, but their heart wasn't circumcised.
Basically, correct. So the Gentiles that was grafted in that scripture applies to that circumstance that he didn't have respect of person, meaning that he made an avenue even for them to come in.
Exactly.
Just made it avenue.
Okay, he just made an avenue.
It was a graft.
But it still was first to
The Jews.
Israel, the Jews, God's chosen people.
So that's why I'm saying when you look at that scripture, Romans 2 and 11.
That's
it-
you
it
can
is exactly-
take one verse and just obliterate it. You take that one verse and
don't
see
read the rest
here.
of
You
it.
got to read
all of it.
all of it,
You get the
and that
context.
way it will not take it out of context.